Hey guys, I'm Rafael with Stellar Graphics.
Hey guys, I'm Ceci. We're here with JC from Chepin Strength. JC, tell us a little bit more about yourself and what made you start your business.
So my name is JC. I'm a personal trainer. I've been working as a trainer for about a little bit over 10 years now. I was working at like just conventional gyms, just like 24 Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, just big gyms, local. And the pandemic actually kind of like pushed me off the deep end, and because all the gyms got shut down. And so basically, me and my friends were just trying to find ways to like keep our workouts going. And so we like put a little bit of money together, and we kind of like built a little gym in my backyard. And little by little, people started kind of messaging me like, "Hey, like I see you have like all this stuff in your backyard. Can I you train me?" Because I was already a trainer and I had a good amount of clients, but I just didn't have where to train them at.
Yeah.
And so people started coming to train with me at my house. Like I would train them. They paid me, and then I would use that money and reinvest it into my business, into my gym, and I would buy like more equipment for the gym. And the more the gym at my place grew, the more people wanted to come train. So it just kind of like kept like compounding on top, like snowball effect. And before you knew it, I had like more clients than I knew what to deal with. Like I was so busy, and I was like, dude, like I can actually open my own gym. Like this is actually going to happen.
That's
So
cool.
that's basically how I started my business.
That's cool. Now, I know that right now, like you said, definitely when you were doing your regular training at different gyms, they closed down. But during this pandemic, what has been probably one of the biggest challenges that you've had?
I would say like the biggest challenge overall has been kind of like um I'd say just like dealing with like the kind of restrictions and like the fear that comes with like COVID, like making sure that everybody stays safe and like taking all those like extra precautions just to make sure that we're not putting anybody in any kind of a bad situation as far as like COVID goes. And then like a second thing I guess would be um just the uncertainty. Like I mean life is always like always uncertain, but if anything like it's been difficult just dealing with the uncertainty of like how exactly am I going to manage my business. I've never been a business owner before. This is my first business, so like starting it up and having to deal with that uncertainty of COVID, like that's been very challenging for me because I'm kind of a control freak. So
And that's our next question is like, obviously you've had to kind of face different challenges. So what do you think you've done to kind of overcome that and continue the success that you've
like really the biggest thing I think has just been making sacrifices like in my life. Like so like I've had to sacrifice like a lot of personal time and a lot of like just like I said, like a lot of things that I would spend money on before. I basically had to invest them into my gym.
had?
So a lot of my own money has gone back into other things like for my gym, but it's obviously like paid off more. So like just things like that really.
Cool. Sounds good. It's interesting because you're one of the people that has come to us during the pandemic. So within the last year or so, you've been a loyal customer. We appreciate that from you, but I've definitely found that intriguing. I didn't know that this was your first business and your first try at this, so that's something that I've learned. But you literally placed your first order probably like in April of last year,
Yeah.
and have ordered frequently from that. So I appreciate that. And then
Course, I'll be coming back for more.
Now, any advice that you can give to people that are looking to either start a business or have had to make a transition like what you had? Like, what would you tell them? Especially right now that it seems like this pandemic, we don't know when it's going to end. It's lightening up a little bit,
Yeah.
but obviously every time we think it's going to get lighter, it kind of just goes back into shutdown mode. So, what advice would you give people if they came to you asking you, should they start or should they continue?
So what I would tell people is two things. Like the first thing I would say is like whatever you plan on starting a business in, make sure that you're good at it. Like make sure that you're good at what you do, make sure that you're passionate and that this is something that like you're willing to dedicate your life to. Because like I feel like a lot of people nowadays they want to kind of do things like halfway. They want to kind of do half this and half that.
yeah,
And I just don't think that's gonna work. Like for me, like for to get my business off the ground, I've had to like put like 120% of everything that I have like to make my business, get to where it's at. And I know it's gonna just be more as time goes on. So the first thing is I would say make sure that you're good at what you're doing and make sure that you're willing to make the sacrifices and put that 120% and don't think that you can go in 50 and 50 and
right.
expect to come out succeeding.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is like if you can say that, yeah, if you can answer yes to that question, then I would say just take a dive in the deep end. Don't be afraid to take that risk. If it's something that you're passionate about, I think it'll work out in the end, honestly.
No, definitely, definitely, man. And, like I said, I mean, it's been a challenging time for all small businesses, and and for somebody that started right pre-pandemic and had to make an adjustment, I have to commend you on kind of sticking it out, and I know that you're doing really good. So tell us a little bit about where people can find you on Instagram. Do you have a website? Give yourself a little shout out.
So the best place to find me would just be on Instagram. My Instagram is Chapin Strength, just at Chapin Strength, CHAPIN Strength. It's a little personal like training page. You'll see a lot of my posts. You'll see a lot of my clients posted on my story. It's pretty new. I actually hadn't done any kind of social media, so I'm still pretty new at the whole social media aspect as well. But that's the best place to catch me.
Cool. All right. Well, JC, thanks a lot for taking time, man, and we appreciate you, and of course your business, and we look forward to continuing our relationship for a nice, long, long time, man.
That's the plan. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you guys considering me for something like this.
Of
Absolutely, man.
course.
All right. Have a great weekend, man.
All right, guys. You guys too.